Hello there, friends. Welcome to Monat Monday. I'm Ian, a retired clinical care nurse turned hair care advocate. And this is the spot where we take the guesswork out of good hair. Every I'm sorry, guys. There we go. All righty. Love the internet. All righty. So, like I said, every Monday, if you drop your questions down in the comments, I'll try and answer them. Not try, I will answer them. And I'm going to share with you what's actually working for me. Being real with what doesn't work. If you got a hair struggle, type it in the comments and I'll get to it. I can't get to it during the live because of how Facebook is, but I'll answer them once we're through. And if you're new, hit follow. Go follow me on YouTube at Ian Barnett RN. And you could see all my past episodes that I've done. But hit follow if you would, please, and subscribe. I would really love that because by the end of the day, you're going to know exactly what your hair is missing. So we're going to start. My first one I did 2 weeks ago. I talked about why I got into Monat, how I got started, and I talked about some products that I was using because I was losing my hair. Um, So if you were there, if you've been here the last couple of Mondays, thank you, welcome back. If this is your first Monat Monday, I'm really glad you're here. I shared my whole story, why I started losing my hair, what I tried, and what finally worked. If you missed it, the replay is on the YouTube, my YouTube page. You go back and look at that. It was under why I started Monat. Tonight is a practical episode. I'm going to show you the actual products that I use every single day and let you know how it works. Do me a favor, drop in the comments where you're watching from. I always love seeing them. Drop your comments and I always reply back to you. All right. So for anyone just finding me, here's the short version of my why I got into Monat. I'm on a GLP-1 medication because of my A1C being out of control and nothing I did was working. So the doctor and I decided to put myself on a GLP-1. Luckily, that is working. But one of the side effects we don't think about, that I didn't know about, because I'm trusting the doctor, that's when my nurse brain kicked in. I found everything. Your hair can shed. So that side effect is called telogen effluvium. Try saying that 3 times fast. basically a medication-triggered hair loss event. I started shedding a lot. Um, During that time, I tried a handful of products over a few months. Some of them worked with new growth, but they didn't help the shedding. So I really needed something. And then this wonderful lady, Miss Shannon, introduced me to the IR clinical system. And I'm not lying to you, within 3 weeks, the shedding stopped. My hairbrush is clean. Um, I was very surprised. And so that's the story. Like I said, the full version you could look at back in Why I Started Monat. Go to my YouTube site and you could look at it. But we're going to talk about what's inside all the bottles and how they're actually working. So let me tell you why most hair thinning products fail, because when you understand the mechanism, you can evaluate any product more intelligently, including this one. So remember the nurse brain. I've done some research. Most hair loss, especially in adults, is connected to something called DHT, dihydrotestosterone. It's a hormone that, when it accumulates in the follicle level, essentially shrinks the follicle over time. Unlike some people, that's not my case. It was because of the GLP-1, but this helps with both types of hair loss. The hair gets thinner, shorter, weaker, and eventually the follicle stops producing it all. Most hair products treat the surface. They condition the strand. They add shine, make it look pretty for a couple hours. What they don't address is the environment at the follicle level. The IR clinical system is formulated specifically to work at the follicle level, and the ingredients are backed by real science. I will tell you, I started one of my friends, he was hair thinning because of the DHT. His hair is coming in, looking thicker. I started my mom on it. I've had other friends start it. So it's both reasons why it could work with. So let's see if we get this in shot. All right, so it starts out with the IR Clinical Thickening Shampoo and the IR Clinical Thickening Conditioner. And then we also have the IR Clinical Hair Thinning Serum. So the thickening shampoo is wonderful. It starts here. It smells like rosemary and mint. I love how my hair smells and how I feel when I wash it. If you have never washed with rosemary and mint, you don't know what you're missing out. But here's what matters beyond the scent. This shampoo contains CAPIXYL, a compound specifically formulated to strengthen and thicken the hair fiber. Clinical tests showed it increases hair fiber thickness and reduces hair fall by 84% compared to shampoos without it. It also contains REJUVENIQE, Monat's proprietary blend of 13 or more plant and essential oils, and pea extract, which helps protect the hair from environmental damage. It's also formulated with a vegan UV protectorant that preserves your hair's natural pigmentation and has been shown to preserve hair color for up to 20 washes. How I use it, I just wet my hair. I put a pea-sized drop in my hand. I lather it up, emulsify it, and work it into my hair. And I lather it up about 1 to 2 minutes. I use a silicone brush to work it and work the scalp in and work it in the hair. I do 2. I rinse it and then I repeat with a little bit, just a little pea size. I emulsify it and work it in, and then I rinse it. So the next thing is the conditioner. It's the IR Clinical Thickening Conditioner. Same rosemary and mint, same CAPIXYL and REJUVENIQE. This follows the shampoo every time. They're designed to work as a pair. I will tell you that during the winter I used it. During the summer, now that it's hot, and you know how it is here in Florida and I'm sweating, my hair is not drying out. So I use it maybe once a week now. I use the shampoo every day and I use the serum, but the conditioner I use once a week because I'm using other products to help my hair get stronger, which I will talk about in future Monat Mondays. The conditioner is clinically tested to reduce hair fall by 91% and can also increase the hair fiber thickness. It conditions and improves manageability, which matters because one of the things that happens with thinning hair, it becomes hard to manage. Thinning strands tangle more, break more easily, and this directly addresses that. So what I do to use it after the shampoo, I wring out the excess water from the hair. I take some out. Once again, I don't emulsify, but I rub it in, and then I go from work it into my scalp and work it into my scalp and then through the hair. I leave it, this one you leave in for about 3 minutes. So what I do is I get it in and leave it on, and then I'm doing, all the other stuff you do in the shower, wash your body, wash my face, whatever. And then I rinse it out. So it's a good 3 to 5 minutes, not 30 seconds. You need to let it work on the scalp and work on the follicle and work on the ends. Then I rinse it well. And when I'm done drying off, I get in front of my mirror, and then I use the serum. So what I like about the serum, this is the product that I want to spend the most time on because this is the piece of the system that specifically targets what most people are dealing with when they're losing hair. This serum contains melatonin and caffeine. I know what you're thinking, melatonin is for sleep, but at the follicle level, melatonin is a powerful antioxidant that protects the follicle from antioxidants. Let me try that again. Protects the follicle from oxidative stress. And both melatonin and caffeine are known to reduce DHT production. The caffeine also stimulates the scalp, gets some of the blood flow going through there, and helps wake up those follicles. That's the hormone we talked about earlier that shrinks the follicle over time. Also with the GLP-1, it keeps those follicles going. The serum works on the mechanism, not just the symptom. It also contains CAPIXYL, D-Biotin, which is vitamin B7, which is required for healthy hair growth. Resveratrol to soothe and protect the scalp, and sodium hyaluronate. See, even a nurse has a problem saying these words. Yes. A hydration to keep the scalp moisturized. Hyaluronate to help the scalp moisturize and healthy. And this one is fragrance free, which is I love because my scalp is skin, and a lot of products that claim to help hair growth are loaded with fragrance that can actually irritate it. The clinical data shows 92% less hair fall in clinical studies, instantly reduces breakage by 92% on the first application, and 8 out of 10 consumers felt the product helped improve hair growth. So all I do, you could do this on damp hair or dry scalp or anything like that. So what I do, I'm going to show you, I just take a dropper full and I just run it through and I squeeze it through. I use about 2-3 droppers. I start on the temples and work back. And I was really losing on this cap, so I run it through there. And you just work it in. It's not rocket science. Just work it into the scalp. You can let it dry naturally, or you can go ahead and hair dry. I always blow dry my hair because I have curly hair if I let it stay wet, and it gets really wavy, and I Of course, because I have curly hair, I don't like it, so I blew it out. That's all it is. What I love about it is not thick, it's not oily. It just works right into the scalp. No residue, anything like that. Takes about 90 seconds, so you just work it in. So one thing I wish someone had told me when I started, the serum is the most important product in the system. And Miss Shannon probably told me that, but you know, I'm a man, I'm a nurse, I think I know better. But it only works if you're consistent. This is not a product you use twice and evaluate. Healthy hair growth is measured in months, not days. The follicle has to move through its full growth cycle. The clinical data shows thicker, fuller looking hair in 60 days. That's 2 months of daily use. Every morning or every night, whichever your system is, a dropper on the scalp, massage it in. That's non-negotiable. It's just like if a doctor gives you a prescription for blood pressure medicine, you take it for a week and stop because nothing feels different yet. The medication never had a chance to work. It's the same principle. Use the system, trust the timeline, the results will come. So, what time is it? If you're watching this and thinking, okay, I want to try this, the fastest way to get more information is to drop a comment in the comments with the word hair. Just the word hair, nothing more. I'll get back with you and we could talk. I could send you a link to take a hair quiz that will tell me what's going on with your hair. And we could come up with a system because I've tried other products and I truly, truly believe in this. I've done research on it. It's what I like about Monat. It comes from Monat comes from modern nature. It's all natural products, and they have a team of scientists and working on it to make our hair look wonderful and keep it healthy. The 3 products I showed you tonight, the shampoo, conditioner, serum, are all part of a system. You could buy them as a system, or you could buy them separately. We could talk about what you're needing. That's what I'm here for. Like I said, drop me the word hair in the comments. I'll follow up with you. Or you go to my website and take the hair quiz, and you'll have something within 48 hours. You'll also get a little book about scalp care, which we talked about last Monday. I know I'm here for you. I'm a retired nurse who found something that finally worked, and I want you to know about it. So I want to thank you for joining me. I hope that tells you why and how I'm using it and what the product does. If this helped or has piqued your interest, or you know somebody that's going through the same sort of issue, share it. Share my YouTube channel with them, because unfortunately Facebook, you could show them my Facebook, but Facebook erases these after 30 days. On YouTube, they're there forever. So I would really, what my goal is to move everybody to YouTube and just go live on YouTube. So it's there, and that way, then I'll be able to see all the comments and everything and answer. All right. So that's my goal. But for now, I'm doing both so I get the information out to y'all so you can make educated decisions. Okay. So if this helps, share it with somebody who needs it. I'll see you next week for Monat Monday at 7 p.m. Next week, I'm going to talk about some of the other products I'm using. I talked about scalp care last week, so I'm going to talk about the products that I use to take care of my scalp. All right. So y'all have a wonderful night. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next Monday.